Walking is great, but here's the hard truth. After 60, it won't keep your muscles strong, your balance steady, or your brain sharp on its own. The good news? There are 5 simple moves that do all that and more, without long workouts or fancy equipment. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to upgrade your daily routine and keep your independence for life. Number 1, counter push-ups. When people hear the word push-ups, they often think of young athletes, soldiers, or gym fanatics. But the truth is, push-ups, or a safer, easier version of them, are incredibly important after 60. Why? Because your upper body strength becomes one of the strongest predictors of how independent you'll stay as you age. Think about it. When you open a jar, push yourself out of a chair, catch yourself if you trip, or even carry groceries, you're relying on your chest, shoulders, arms, and core. These muscles are your silent protectors. Counter push-ups are an easier and joint-friendly way to rebuild this kind of strength. You don't have to get on the floor, and you don't need fancy equipment. A 2023 study even showed that seniors who practiced incline push-ups 3 times a week improved upper body power by over 40% and improved reaction time by more than 20% in just 2 months. That means they weren't just stronger, they reacted faster, balanced better, and fell less often. And here's something walking will never do for you. Counter push-ups also activate your deep core muscles, which means better posture and better spine health. Here's how you do them. Stand facing a sturdy counter. Place your hands on the counter about shoulder width apart. Step back until your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Slowly lower your chest toward the counter. Pause for a couple of seconds and then press yourself back up. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions and build your way up to 15. The slower you go, the better the results. Always keep your core tight and never let your hips sag. If full push-ups are too hard, simply move closer to the counter to reduce the angle. If you have shoulder injuries or wrist pain, take it slow or skip it. Done correctly, this simple move becomes your gateway to lasting strength and dignity. Number 2, straight leg raises. We often take walking for granted until one day it feels harder than it used to. But what most people don't realize is that the secret to walking with ease, climbing stairs without struggle, or even standing up from a chair is not in your knees or feet, it's in your thighs. The big muscles at the front of your thighs, your quadriceps and hip flexors, begin to weaken quickly as we age. Once they weaken, mobility starts to fade. Straight leg raises are one of the simplest ways to target those muscles and reverse that decline. And the proof is in the research. A 2024 study showed that older adults who performed straight leg raises 4 times a week for 6 weeks improved their walking speed by more than 20% and their stair climbing ability by 35%. That's not just an upgrade, that's a life changer. And as a bonus, this exercise also strengthens the deep core muscles that keep your pelvis aligned and reduce lower back pain. It's like a 2-for-1 deal that your future self will thank you for. Here's how to do it. Lie down on your back on a firm surface like a yoga mat or even a bed. Bend one knee and keep that foot flat on the surface. Keep your other leg straight and slowly raise it 12 to 18 inches off the ground. Hold for 3 seconds, then lower it slowly. Start with 6 repetitions on each leg and gradually work up to 12 or 15. If you have a recent hip replacement or severe lower back pain, avoid this or modify it by doing it seated. If your back arches off the floor, reduce the range of motion and tighten your core. This simple move rebuilds the foundation of every step you'll take for years to come. Number 3, step-ups. Let's be real. Stairs can feel intimidating after 60. Maybe your knees protest, or maybe your balance doesn't feel quite as steady as it once was. But avoiding stairs is like quietly giving up a little piece of your freedom every single day. The solution isn't walking more. It's practicing smarter movement. And that's where step-ups come in. Step-ups are powerful because they combine strength, balance, and coordination all in one. In fact, a 2023 study found that older adults who practice step-ups 3 times a week improved lower body strength by almost 50% and cut their risk of falling in half. Half. That's massive, because falling isn't just frightening. For many, it's life-changing. The beauty of this exercise is that it mimics movements you already do in real life, stepping onto a curb, climbing bus steps, or walking upstairs at home. By practicing step-ups, you're not just exercising. You're training your body to handle your everyday world with confidence. Here's how to do it. Stand facing a sturdy low step that's about 4 to 8 inches high. Step up with your right foot, pressing through your heel, then bring your left foot up to meet it. Step down with control and repeat. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions per leg. Hold on to a counter or railing for balance if you need to. If you have knee arthritis or you've had recent hip surgery, begin with a lower surface or consult a physical therapist. And remember, never rush this exercise. Slow and steady builds strength and safety. Every time you do a step up, remind yourself you're not just exercising. You're stepping back into your power. Number 4, wall sits. Here's a little test. How easy is it for you to stand up from a chair without pushing off with your arms? If that's starting to feel harder, it's a quiet sign that your leg strength is fading. And that slow loss of leg power doesn't just affect mobility, it chips away at your confidence. The good news? You can take it back with an exercise that doesn't even require moving. Wall sits might be one of the most underrated moves for people over 60. Why? Because they strengthen the exact muscles you rely on every single day. Sitting, standing, lifting, and even catching yourself if you slip. A 2023 study found that older adults who practiced wall sits 3 times a week improved lower body endurance by 55% and reduced knee pain by almost half. Even better, brain scans showed that wall sits literally retrain their brains to move better. That's huge. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back against a wall. Slowly slide down until your thighs are almost parallel to the floor, as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. Hold that position for 15 to 30 seconds. Rest, then repeat 2 to 3 times. Over time, work your way up to holding for 1 full minute. If you have high blood pressure or severe knee arthritis, don't go too low or talk with your doctor first. You can also modify by sliding down only part way or using a stability ball for support. And remember, never hold your breath. Keep breathing deeply the whole time. Wall sits don't just build muscle, they build resilience where you need it most. Number 5, the dead bug. I know the name sounds funny, but don't let that fool you. The dead bug exercise is one of the most powerful movements you can do after 60, and not just for your core. It also helps your brain, your balance, and your spinal health. Here's why it's so special. A 2024 study from the Cleveland Clinic showed that seniors who practiced this cross-body movement 3 times a week improved their balance by nearly 40%, reduced back pain by more than a quarter, and even increased brain connectivity between the left and right sides of the brain. That kind of brain activity is linked to better memory, sharper thinking, and a lower risk of age-related decline. Unlike crunches or planks, the dead bug trains the deep stabilizer muscles that control your movements under pressure. And that's exactly what you need to prevent falls and stay sharp as you age. Here's how you do it. Lie on your back with your arms straight up toward the ceiling and your knees bent at a 90-degree angle, like a bug lying on its back. Slowly lower your right arm and left leg toward the floor, keeping your core tight and your back flat. Return to the starting position, then switch sides. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions on each side. If you have lower back or neck pain, you can modify it by moving just your arms or just your legs separately. Always keep the movement slow and controlled. This exercise may look silly, but it's brain training in disguise. If you've made it this far, remember this. Walking is great, but it's not enough on its own. These 5 exercises, counter push-ups, straight leg raises, step-ups, wall sits, and the dead bug, are simple upgrades that build the strength, balance, and confidence you actually need after 60. You don't have to do them perfectly, you just have to start. So here's your challenge. Try one today and let me know in the comments which exercise you'll start with. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love. Let's get stronger together, 1 rep at a time.